Cara, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're a subscriber. So today I'm back with another winged pop-up card. This time I'm doing a 5x7 and again I'm going to be adding my own little twist to it. So this is the template we're going to be following. So as always I'm going to run through the products I'm using today and the mats and layers, and then we'll make the card together. So let's get into it. So the products I'm using are this gorgeous collection from Hunkydory Crafts amongst the wildflowers. So I'm using some of the paper from this 8x8 paper pad, which is absolutely stunning, and it's all matte-tastic, so you can put your inks on it, stamp onto it. It's beautiful. Some really cute imagery here. And I'm also using one of the toppers from the topper collection. I'm using from the topper sheet on the farm, and I have chosen the little pig and the little sentiment just because. And I'm using some of the matching printed cardstock along with some gold mirror and some very nice deep blue cardstock from my stash. So let's go through what we need to make the actual card base. So as you can see by my template there is some scoring and cutting to do, and it is a 10x7 piece of card to make the actual base. And I've gone for 4 little sort of pop out and pop back strips this time, and then the main centre pop out piece. So you're going to want a piece of cardstock that measures 10x7. Following my template, I'm going to score at 2.5 inches, 7.5 inches, I'm going to flip it this way and I'm going to score, but these will be, so I'm going to do these as score lines, but they will be cut lines. And you're going to score at 1.5 between the 2 middle score lines. So I just hover it down, then you can score at 2 inches, again hover it all the way down, then you're going to score at 5 inches, again just hover it to press in between the 2 score lines, and 5.5. Then you're going to flip it back around and you're going to score at 3.5 inches in between this score line and that score line. So just hover it down best you can. And again at 6.5, again hover, then we get to that second score line, apply the pressure to that score line. Then you're going to score at 5 inches down to this score line, and you can do the same. Instead of going through, I like to flip it around and do the same again, 5 inches down to that second score line. And that is all our score lines done. You can quite see it. Hold it up for you. And this is where I like to bring in my paper trimmer, but this is personal preference. So if you want to bring a craft knife and ruler in, feel free. So click where you can see. So the first thing I do is I'm going to line up at 1.5 inches, which is here. And I'm going to cut from this score line to this score line. Now we're going to come down to 2 inches and we'll do exactly the same again. From this score line to this score line. Then we're going to come down to 5 inches and the cut is exactly the same. And again, I come to 5.5. And again, I'm going to cut exactly the same. That's all our cutting and scoring done. And to make the wings, you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that measures 2 by 7 inches. I'm going to score both at 1.5 inches, just straight down. Then you're just going to want to fold and burnish that little tab. That's how it will attach to the card. Then we have 2 little wings. And then for this one, I like to fold the gatefold side, so the 2 outer sides in first, and fold and burnish those nicely. And again, fold and burnish. And this I like to do by hand. So these 2 are going to be mountains. So I just like to pinch and pinch. And then just fold over and give a little crease too. And again, same with this one. And these ones are going to be mountains as well. These 2. So again, just going to fold. It's quite awkward when you've got all these panels, but fold and burnish. And then these 2 thinner ones are going to be valleys. So they're going to pop out the back. Again, let's just give them a little burnish. More to add stability than anything else. And that is how it's going to stand. Then we're going to add our wings in here like this. Like that. So we're going to go ahead and stick the wings down now before we add anything else in, and before we do all the go through the mats and layers. So I'm quickly going to attach these with red liner tape, and I'll be back with you. Now we've got the wings stuck down, you can see it just adds an extra, it adds more wow to the card. So now we're going to put that aside and let's go through all the mats and layers we're going to need. I will use my yellow template for some of these to show you. So this centre panel is 3 inches squared. So I've got a piece of gold that's 2 7/8 squared, and the pattern paper is 2 3/4 squared. Now for these little panels here they are 1 inch by 3. So you want 2 pieces of gold that measures 7/8 of an inch by 2 7/8, and the pattern paper is 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/4. And these have got 4 panels here, and they measure 2.5 by 1.5. So you want 4 pieces of gold mirror card that measure 2 3/8 by 1 3/8 of an inch, and then the pattern paper is 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. And you want 4 of the gold and 4 of the pattern paper. Just like that. And for these pieces here, so I've used the printed cardstock, you want 2 pieces of gold that measure 2 3/8 by 6 7/8, and then the pattern paper is 2 3/4 by 6 3/4. For the wings, you want 4 pieces of gold for the front and the back, and they are going to measure 1 3/8 by 6 7/8, and then the pattern paper that goes on top of them is 1 1/4 by 6 3/4. That's how the wing will sort of follow suit. So I've used the same pattern paper to sort of create a continual pattern either side. And for the gatefold panels, so going on the front there, you're going to want 2 pieces of gold that measures 2 3/8 by 6 7/8. Then 2 pieces of pattern paper, which is 2 3/4 by 6 3/4. You're going to want 2 gold and 2 patterned for that as well. So I'm going to pop you on high speed now, and I'm going to go ahead and get all the mats and layers stuck down. So let's do it. So that's the card now put together. I think it looks absolutely stunning. Just notice my gold has moved. It's the only thing with construction glue. So for the closure, I've actually decided to go with this gorgeous ribbon. Similar to what I did with the 6x6 version of this card, and just have it plain on the front and a ribbon closure. So this is how, I'm going to tie it up now, but just so you can see, that is sort of how it'll go. I'm going to stand it back up and lay it there so you can see. And there is our finished 5x7 winged pop-out gatefold card. So if you enjoyed my video today, please hit the like button. I'd really appreciate your help to grow my channel. I'll be back soon with another version of this. I've decided to make it into a little mini series, so I might do a 6x8. So I've got a 6x6, a 5x7, and I think a 6x8 would be a nice size to put a twist on again. I just love the sort of wow factor this has, especially from a top profile, like you can see now, the way you look down. It is absolutely stunning. It's definitely a showstopper, and I've got lots more ideas for it in my head. So as always, I'll be back soon with more.